How is this going to work? Am I going to be able to hear myself? Hello. Hi. Oh, it's me. I am my only viewer. So I guess I'm going to stream this so that I can then use the VOD if I want to make a video about Super Mario Mole Man Pokemon Adventures. I may want to do that because I like making videos about fake Pokemon, and we've got a zeitgeist. We've got people who are actually interested in fake Pokemon. They're real. I haven't just made them up myself. And there's a whole game attached. So if I play the game, then maybe I can make how to use Mega Mole in Pokemon OU or something. We'll see. Maybe there's an audience for that, maybe there isn't. But let's try playing it. Maybe I'll stop streaming 5 minutes in and private this, and then you 0 people are going to be the only people who have seen it. Because I'm not particularly good at streaming, I don't really know what I'm doing. Looking at chat is stressful. But you know, you gotta play the game. We're closing on 1,000 subscribers, which means I'm a public personality, and I gotta start commercializing every moment of my life. If I have like a spare second where I'm not actively engaged with the waking world, hi Abel, then I'm wasting time and money. So we're just all guns blazing. I'm probably going to lapse into extended silence once we get started because I'm not used to keeping a perpetual train of thought running, but that's okay. I mean, what are you going to do? So yeah, it's a Pokemon fan game. I know basically nothing about it except that there's an associated Smogon, well, not Smogon. There's an associated ladder that's used in the Pokemon Showdown client, and we can have a look at some of the different creatures. You know, we might find Bruiser. We could put Bruiser on the team. It looks kind of like, what's this? It's like Annihilate / Marshadow. It's kind of like Marshadow. It's fast. It's got good attack. This thing's probably really good, right? We can run like, I mean, I'm just thinking about Marshadow. We can run like Drain Punch. We can run physical ghost type stab. Shadow Punch, I guess. It's not that great. With Iron Fist, can we run Dynamic Punch? We've got No Guard. No Guard. Accuracy. Is there anything that works with No Guard? Not really. We can run No Guard Sky Uppercut. I mean, it's not thrilling, but it is literally something. And yeah. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see about Bruiser. We might want to get Scuttlebug. Yeah, I'm really keen to get bug types. This thing looks like, what does it do? It's fast, but its other stats kind of suck. Magic Bounce. Okay, it's a Magic Bouncer. That sounds interesting. Do we get any good status moves? Quiver Dance, Sticky Web, Sword Stance. Sounds cool. I don't know. We'll find out. I presume we're gonna have to like choose a starter Pokemon and that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's the ramble. Let's just push play and see what the heck is going on. I know nothing about this. Okay, although I did look at this menu. We're not going to play on a challenge difficulty. I'm not going to like try to do a Nuzlocke, although I may end up accidentally doing that because it's hard to fight my instincts. But I probably will like do like a semi-Nuzlocke where like if something dies, I'll take it off and put something new on. I like level caps. Level caps make me happy, and I don't need level scaling, party limit, player items, player fees, trainer fees. All sounds good. Nuzlocke. Do I want to play a Nuzlocke? No, I don't want to hard force it at least. Duke's Claws, Training Claws. Cool. Here we go. And there's Professor Elm. Professor Elm has seen better days. Sorry, he's Professor Elvin Gad, or Egad for short. Now, I am not like a Mario knower. I have played Mario Kart on the DS and the Switch, and I've watched my brother play Mario Odyssey. So I don't know who any of these creatures are. I don't know any of the deep cut references, which could be a major disadvantage for me if there's like a quiz, like, you know, which Super Mario Bros. Brother did you find in Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 2nd of February 1956. And now it's time to name myself. I suppose my name is Pod. Yes, I'm Pod. So we've got the sentient hat from Super Mario Brothers. I'm going to be really bad at this continuous commentary. But, we aspire to be like Northern Lion. Northern Lion is kind of the aspiration of us all. And so, well, of all of us in the YouTube sphere, I feel like everyone you talk to, everyone I watch who's, a mushroom, that sounds good, who is about my age and trying to laugh as a YouTuber is inspired by Northern Lion. So yeah, I'm trying to keep my stream of consciousness up. Maybe one day, I was thinking I could do like a grabbing a mushroom from the fridge. I could do a Binding of Isaac, like month of daily Binding of Isaac videos to really bring out my inner commentator, because it's quite a challenge, really, keeping the train of thought going. I guess with Northern Lion, you just kind of you talk about the game, which in this case, Luigi's getting the mail. We've got a potion. I'm quite interested to see what starters we get. But you also talk about your day, what you've done, I guess ethical dilemmas. The main thing I've done is try to record. I've decided, for some unholy reason, to record a fake audiobook. Well, not a fake audiobook. To record an audiobook of Luigi's. Is Luigi my Pokemon? No. He's my following Pokemon. Pockets. Mushroom. Caps. Berries. Key items. Okay. Infinity Candy. Okay, so these are for Nuzlockes. I'm kind of like a grinding enjoyer. I'm one of these sick people who enjoys the grind. But we'll see how hard the game is. If the game is ridiculously hard, then I will, I guess, use the candies. But we're not playing a Nuzlocke, we're just playing a kind of run. And we're going off into the wilderness. Oh wow. Oh, it is like truly Mario-like. Can I bonk these and get a coin? No. Okay. Cool, that's select. I was trying to record a complete audiobook of Spinoza's The Ethics, written in 1957. It's not under copyright, so I'm allowed to do that. However, it's a little superfluous to the point of this channel on account of usually my videos are about Pokemon and not ethical philosophy. But I'm really compelled by Spinoza. I think he's really interesting. I'm kind of enraptured at the moment by not exactly the question of free will. I'm not so concerned about decision making, being able to make decisions, but I am concerned about determinism and indeterminism. And Spinoza is a determinist. He thinks that everything is not fated exactly, because fated implies a kind of plan, but rather everything, there's only one possible way in which anything can be. So when we say, oh, it's possible that this coin might flip heads, or it's possible that it might flip tails, Spinoza will say, we only think that because we lack information. If we had all the information, if we knew the arrangement of atoms in the thumb and the finger and the coin, and we knew the amount of force that would be applied when the thumb does the flick, then we would be able to predict with certainty whether or not the coin would land on heads or tails. And he says that this extends to all things that seem like they could happen in one way or another only seem that way because we lack the information. This is relevant to Pokemon because there's a lot of cases where we have RNG, right? We have moves with a 30% chance to burn or something. We have scald, we've got discharge, 30% paralysis chance, we've got air slash, 30% flinch chance, whatever. And that appears to us like perfect randomness. Like it is actually possible that it could have gone either way. But randomness is notoriously hard to simulate using code. And so in fact, what these programs that we're running that do the simulations, right, the switch itself, do is they have a seed of some kind, a random number generator, which is going to produce an outcome that is indistinguishable from randomness unless you know how the code works. But if you do know how the code works and you can predict it, then you can do things like RNG manipulation, which people are very, very good at now in the early Pokemon games, in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, and I mean, this is an Emerald ROM hack, and people can RNG manipulate in Pokemon Emerald. Spinoza will say all of that is predetermined. And so I'm recording his seminal work, The Ethics, where he develops kind of a metaphysic, kind of an ethical philosophy, kind of a theory of nature and time and contingency. And I guess I'll post it on the channel, even though no one wants to listen to it, because it's really interesting and it helps me understand it to read it out. Anyway, I think we're getting our Pokemon. We're getting a capture, and we're going to get to choose between a Piranha Plant, a Bob-omb, and the little Squid Man from Mario Kart. Okay, so I presume this is our Grass type. Yes, this will be our Fire type, and this will be our Water type, Blooper. Now, I'm not really a fan of Blooper because I feel like Blooper always just covers your screen in ink. He's a bit annoying. I am a fan of Piranha Plant because Piranha Plant's in Super Smash Bros. And that's pretty impressive. But I also am quite a fan of Bob-omb. Bob-omb's cute. What we can do is head on over to the browser and have a little look at these guys. Piranha Plant. There's Monograss type, Overgrow, Unburden hidden ability. And it looks like it's a physical attacker. It's going to hit hard and fast. And then Blooper will be our Water type. It is it's high set special defense, which is interesting. Looks like a special attacker, hidden ability Sticky Hold. That doesn't excite me very much. And then finally, Bob-omb is a Fire type, hidden ability Aftermath. A lot of HP, terrible defense. Wow, that's an interesting stat spread. Plays. See, I think I'm going to take Piranha Plant, but that is like the basic pick, right? Like everyone's going to take Piranha Plant because it's like the most iconic one. Bob-omb is weird. Maybe I should take Bob-omb. But it's Piranha Plant. But my heart actually says Bob-omb. Just because, like, look at this. Look how cursed these stats are. Terrible speed. Absolutely miserable defenses. Oh, I need to make this slightly longer so you can actually see all the stats. Hang on. How do I do that? Hello? Like that. There we go. Yeah, so terrible speed, really terrible defenses, but 105 base HP on a basic Pokemon is pretty good. I guess you EV it like this. I don't know what the heck is going on with that. But, I mean, it looks kind of bulky. I'm going to do it. It's cursed. Maybe it'll explode on things. We're doing it. I do want the Fire-type Bob-omb. Okay. And I would like to give a nickname to Bob-omb. Now, I'm going to name all of my things after wasps, because, of course, I am. So let's find a good wasp, shall we? Let me pull up my morphotypes. I'll start with wasps that I have pictures of, and then we can, once I've gone through all those, move into new wasps that maybe one day I'd like to find. So, let's start with this guy. He seems like a good candidate for Bob-omb. Let's chuck him here. So this is Python, and this is Python is a minor. No, he's a mason wasp, and the feature of mason wasps is that they make these little like clay bowls, and they get like clay mud and construct these little kind of look like an urn, and then they'll live in there, and they'll go out and hunt spiders, mostly spiders, and drag the spiders into their bowls, paralyze them, and then let their larvae feed on the spider. Now this guy in particular is one I found, and he's got this funny thing on his head. I wasn't sure if it was some kind of like brain infection or just like some slime, but he's kind of interesting. And I know that they're Python because I thought they were masked bees, but they're not masked bees. They're not a bee at all. They're a wasp. Of the family Cribronidae. That's a good picture. And the way that I can tell that they're Python, so the genus is Python, is if we look at the eye here. If you look at his eye, you can see how it's got this notch. So it's like round eye, but there's this notch that goes in. Kind of looks like he's got like double up eye or something. It was a bit creepy when I first saw it. That's characteristic of Python, and it's diagnostic. So if you see a wasp that looks like this with the notched eye, it's a Cribronid mason wasp. And I think he's suitable for bob-omb because he's kind of dark, like black all over, and cool, and highly respectable. So he's our first teammate, and his name is Python. Sounds like I'm saying Python with like a double lisp. I already have a lisp. If I say Python, but Python, it sounds like I got a double lisp, but I don't. So Luigi is going to take Inky. No, he's not. He's going to take the piranha plant. Okay, so I have type advantage, and here comes our first battle. Now, if this were a Nuzlocke, I would consider it not started. I've always gone with the rule that the Nuzlocke doesn't begin until you get Pokeballs. Okay. But nonetheless, we do want to be careful and try not to lose. So let's have a look at our new guy, Python the bob-omb. He's got an Oranberry. He is plus PDF minus speed. Put that in, I suppose, into the team builder. I'll delete these guys. Browser. Bob-omb. Nature plus PDF minus speed. He's a bit sassy. And yeah, his special defense is slightly higher than base 20. And we start with self-destruct. That's very interesting. Very interesting. Terrible in a Nuzlocke. I mean, we're not doing Nuzlocke. It would be enticing to just self-destruct here, but I won't. I will play this the honest way. Do I want to charge? I don't know what Piranha Plant does, but I'm pretty sure it's physical, so I don't want to charge. Okay, this does not look good. Okay, we're fine. Python, maybe some crits. Okey-doke. Can we win this? I've got potions. Am I allowed to use potions? I guess so. Okay, we're going to have to use some potions to survive this menace. The menace of the Piranha Plant. Bro, you're really good at this. I know, bro. I know. Okay. Now he can easily kill me here. Let's feed a mushroom to Python. The game is pretty impressive aesthetically. Like they've really committed to the Super Mario Bros. Aesthetic. It looks very nice. It's amazing what they can do with the Pokemon Emerald engine. in this day and age. Okay, Python's going to level up. And get Ember. I'm hoping that when we evolve, we get some ability that's like... What do you... In Radical Red, you get Delphox, and it has... Whoops. Sorry, I just won with my, my game not showing. I had to use a mushroom, and I defeated Luigi. That's going to be a problem. I'm going to keep doing that repeatedly. If I'm just talking about the game and you can't see the game, sorry about that, but I'm sure that won't be the last time I make that mistake. Anyway, I won the battle. I was just spamming tackle. It was very boring. Egad, what a wonderful battle. I see, because it's like Cappy, like Super Mario Odyssey. That sounds good. A Tattledex. Okay, is this going to tell me... I mean, I've got the showdown page pulled up, but... Well, bro, he's heading off to Toad Town. That's all good. Okay, I can run. Let me have a look at the Tattledex. So, I'm going to... Area. Oh, here's our world map. That's very interesting. Stats. Cool. So that's the same thing as what we saw on Showdown. And then we can see its little move set as well, presumably. HP EVs, XP yield 62, field / mineral, hidden ability, aftermath. Evolution. Okay, level up to 14, level up to 36. Stats. Moves. Aha. Charge. Self-destruct. Ember. Screech. Flame charge. Spark. Flame wheel. Bulk up. Wild charge. Explosion. Cross drop. Heat crash. Okay. Cool. We can see all the moveset and stuff. Very interesting. Is that the Teachy TV itself? Evolution. Cry. Size. Okay. So same information we're going to get from that as we would from just looking at it on Pokemon Showdown. Upside is we don't risk me putting the Pokemon Showdown display up and then you not being able to actually watch the content of the stream. Downside, I think the UI is more constrained. Ooh. Bonk. A plumber cap. I would love a plumber cap. Okay. What are we doing for Nuzlocke rules? I think what I'll do is catch up one Pokemon per route, at least to start with, just to not bog the stream down and also have a little bit of enforced restriction. Now, I guess the other question is what type do we think each person is? Because it's going to end up being kind of relevant if we want to not die. He's a turtle. Turtles are not bugs, so he's probably not the bug type. I mean, he's probably a normal type, right? Just like the standard Koopa Trooper. I would imagine it's just a normal type. Tail Whip. Tail Whip is all good. Throw a hat. Become mine, Koopa T. Yay! We've acquired a Koopa Trooper. Did you hear that, Abel? Abel's down behind. The monitor's like here, where you are, and then behind you is Abel asleep on his bed on the desk. The bottom of its shell is made of a low friction material that allows it to slide across the ground. There you go. Yes, I would like to give a nickname to the Koopa Trooper. Now, is there a wasp that resembles a Koopa Trooper in stature, in behavior? I don't think he's a bee. He's probably a platy. Platies are pretty, like, tanky. Maybe he's a Baeus. Baeus is pretty iconic. I'll put him up on screen. It kind of looks like a beetle. I thought they were beetles when I was first finding them in the traps, but no, they're actually a wasp. They're a platygastrid wasp, so platy means flat, and gastry means stomach, like gastro. If you've heard of the move gastro acid, then you know exactly what gastro means. So he's a platygastrid, and his name's Baius, and yeah, he's a little guy. If you were to scale for size, Baius is like tiny compared to Python, but they both attack spiders. Baius attacks spider eggs, and Python attacks whole spiders. So you can be Baius Koopa Troopa. Sweet. And there we go. Is it working? Yeah. Okay. Now, let's have a look at what the heck this goes. Shalama is not a surprise. Koopa Troopa. Ooh. He's got a specific, unique held item. Doubling defense when held. Shalama and speed boost. Stats are pretty generic. Decent defense. Mono normal. Gets shell smash extreme speed. Could be interesting. We'll give him a try for sure. Timid, I suspect, is not good, although we're kind of equally defensive and special defensive. We're pretty quick. Like, we do appreciate the speed boost, so I shouldn't complain too much about being timid. But I will complain a little bit. Now, as I say, I'm going to catch one Pokemon per route. So we can move on. I assume this is a battle? No? Okay. Oh, it's a Twirlip. Twirlip's funny, and also we have type advantage against it. I wonder how XP shit works in this. Do I need to be switch training my Koopa Troopa? And I'm not like playing a Nuzlocke, but I'm gonna try as hard as I can to follow Nuzlocke, like take the Nuzlockiness of it seriously. So I'm gonna try not to let anything die to the best of my abilities. Look at those weird level up stats. 0 defense, 0 special defense, 0 speed. Python is a totally strange Pokemon, but I like that. I think one of the great things about fan games is that you get. Did Baius get XP from that? No. Okay. We'll do this. A chef cap. I presume that's like a more powerful version of the plumber cap. One of the nice things about fan games is you get to experiment with these weirder designs that you wouldn't usually see in a normal Pokemon game. Now, I'm not sure what to do about fast forward, because I'm like a fast forward enjoyer. I'll turn it on for grinding, because it is helpful. But I'll turn it off for like cutscenes. Oh, a Goomba. Ooh, can we beat a Goomba? I'm not sure. Maybe I won't turn fast forward on. I think it's bad for the viewer experience. It's good for the viewer experience to like make progress in the game, but it's very hard to tell what's going on if I have fast forward on. What type do you reckon a Goomba is? Like a ground type? Okay, that's very helpful to know, Luigi. There's a little Toad Man, who I presume is a trainer. We can probably take on a Toad Man. Hi. No, you're just an NPC. I should probably be looking for Hi, Mr. Koopa Troopa. Where you but better, but with switch training. Man, Pokemon's so kind of slow and zen when you're not playing with 7 times speed on. I'm so used to it being like breakneck all the time, crazy pow madness. But it's not. It's just kind of like we're hanging out, we're finding some guys. I think these are the things I can break with my hammer. Yes. Haha. Be destroyed. A mushroom. It's quite satisfying clicking on things and just using the hammer, rather than it being like, you found a cracked rock. Would you like to use rock smash? And then having to click yes. Like, very dynamic to just be able to destroy it. It makes it feel like a real video game, you know? It's like I'm really, really playing Super Mario Brothers. Shift cap. Ah, it's a heal ball. Sure. I like a good heal ball. Collecting flowers is highly respectable. Ah, that guy looks like a trainer. He's a bit grumpy. Can I hit this tree? No. Goomba? Koopa Troopa? Twirlip. The more twirlips I see, the more XP I can get on Python, so I am not unhappy. Now, I will use self-destruct if the other option is like losing the battle, but I wanna at least act like I'm trying not to let my Pokemon die. Because that's the kind of gameplay I like. Like, I really like playing a Nuzlocke. I just want to actually finish the game, because every time I try to play a Nuzlocke of a fan game, I just, like, end up resetting and playing the first 2 gyms 50 times, and then never progressing. So... Are you a trainer? Surely. I guess that's the way out. Is that the way out? A Stardust. Very good. Held items confirmed in this game. I'm gonna presume it's just the Emerald engine, but it's amazing what you can do with ROM hacks these days. Is that a cracked rock? No. And here we are in Toad Town, the first town. Ooh, a guy. I don't know. Wait. You cannot handle my strongest potion, traveler. Talk some sense into this girl, will you? She has no respect for her elders. I can't open shop until she helps me gather ingredients. Mario, please help me. I want to try the cap challenge as well, but my grandfather won't let me. I'm very sorry for that, young child. Your grandfather sounds horrible. I can buy some berries. Oh, they're actually berries. I was kind of expecting them to be like Mario berry equivalents, but I guess the mushrooms are potions, not berries. And also, I've seen an orange berry already, so I know that they exist. We're going to buy some pitcher berries because we don't like confusion. Heals, paralysis, defrosts. Confusion? Poison. We'll buy some more berries too, they're real cheap. Really cheap. Yes. Yes, please. I don't know if there's out-of-combat poison. Usually these ROM hacks will make it so that you don't die from poison out of combat, but it's always such a lame way to lose a Pokemon in a Nuzlocke. Okay, we should be able to find the castle. Ooh, a pipe. Now, I have played enough Mario to know that you can go into green pipes, and if you do, you come out of other pipes. The quest, Yoshi's Lava. Do I have like a quest book, perhaps? Sometimes there's a quest book, but not today. The capture center. I would like to rest my captures. Raise party to level cap. Do I want to... How do I feel about the level caps? Maybe for the viewing experience I should just do it. Grinding is not good. Is not good viewer experience. Number 151. Wow. It's like Pokemon. Okay, so we'll just raise the level cap, I suppose. And we've learned quick attack and withdraw. Cool. I will take both of those. Screech. Wow. Do I want Screech? Almost certainly not, right? I think I would rather have all of these moves than Screech. You know, it'll be cool if this guy becomes a fire electric type. Fire electric is a really fun type combination that should exist already, but it doesn't, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure there's no fire electric type, and it seems like a pretty obvious type to make. Quadruple weakness to ground is a bit cursed, but it's never stopped. Ooh, look, we even get new box backgrounds. Nice. That's respectable. Okay, are there other wallpapers too? Is it just... Okay, it's just the main four that have been changed, but it's still highly respectable. Okay, so we can talk to the... just have a little look around Toad Town. I would love a story. Many moons ago, me ship the seabird was caught in the fiercest storm I'd seen. The waves were mountains, and the wind screamed. We fought tooth and nail to keep the vessel afloat, as the sea toyed with us. Just when it seemed the sea was to take us, we spotted a beacon of light through the rain. It was a lighthouse, and it saved our hides that night. We moved to it like moths to a flame, until we saw the lighthouse keeper frantically waving us away. He knew the dangers of his rocky shore, and he was trying to save us from being skewered. We managed to steer clear of the jagged rocks and found shelter in a cove. We spent the night there, waiting out the storm. The next morning, when the skies cleared, we went to thank the lighthouse keeper, but he had disappeared without a trace. We couldn't even find the lighthouse that guided us the night before. Ah, ye've been a fine audience. It warms me heart to know there are still folks like ye who appreciate the old stories. Take this. A rare candy. That's very wonderful, except I'm just leveling up to full. Although maybe I can go over the level cap. Could come in mighty handy if there's a level cap that's just below an evolution level at some point. Hi. Only the most powerful of commanders on board. Okay, so this is like the Victory Road boat that's going to take us to the Mushroom Elite Four. Oh, we're in a Team Aqua base / the Nautical Museum. Isn't this where Captain Stern sits, like over here? We're going to give him the Devon parts. Hi, I've come to deliver some Devon parts. I've met Stephen in Dewford. Have you heard of... No? Okay. Wake up. Team Aqua is attacking, and there's, you know, our dad is I've got an abandonment problem. No, they don't. That was all merely a dream. Hi there. Cool. Syrups. I have no idea what a syrup is. Okay. Should we see what the Premier Ball equivalent is? Hi, yes, I would like to find out what the Premier Ball equivalent is. An employee cap. Very nice. Is there anything over here? Yes, there is indeed. I do know about quests. I have a quest called Yoshi's Lover, but I do know how to find the menu. A toad who's a fan of Yoshi's has asked you to bring him one to see. There's a reward if you do. Okay, so if we see a Yoshi, we've got to capture it. That sounds doable. Here's the battle school, which is closed. I feel like English is missing a bit of flair because we don't like pronounce the ed at the end of words so well anymore. So like when you read Richard III by Shakespeare and he says, because I cannot something or other, because I can't enjoy the sunshine of my days, because I'm ugly and deformed, I am determined to become a villain. And I just think being determined to become a villain is so much more powerful than being determined to become a villain. Same with being like winged or legged or beguiled. Actually, I kind of hate beguiled. I'd rather be beguiled. But there are definitely words where replacing the normal ed sound with an ed significantly increases the dramatic effect. A fan club. Maybe we can get, I guess, a Yoshi. Like riding on a Yoshi would be like the Mario equivalent of riding a bike. I love Super Mario Bros. 3. Wow. These guys have so much in common with each other. The book will probably say, I love Super Mario Bros. 3. Will the TV have? Yes, a speedrun marathon. It's AGDQ of Super Mario Bros. 3. I'm a fraud. I've never played. I also want to find all the bug type ones. That's the most respectable of all toads. Can I? No. How do I get there? The heck? Ah, I see. I see how to get there. Like this. Donk. Stardust. I presume Stardust just does the same thing as it does in normal Pokemon. It just has high cell value. But we'll see. Oh yeah, we've got like infinite one-ups. I don't know if this is like a kind of unique phenomenon for people my age. They're playing chess. Oh, knight to e4. He's eating the pieces. Now that's a powerful gambit, the piece consumption move. People don't see it coming, and then they're like, where's my queen? I didn't know you took my queen. And then you just kind of, choke and laugh as their queen slowly melts in your stomach acid. It's a powerful move. I'm looking forward to when Magnus Carlsen and Hans Niemann finally settle their grudge match, and Hans Niemann eats Magnus Carlsen's queen. Oh wow, it's like playing The Legend of Zelda. Lots of jars to smash. A super shroom. Okay. What does a super shroom do? I've no idea if I mean, I'm pretty sure there's no one in the audience. If there is anyone in the audience, I don't have my stream up, so I can't check. And the idea of checking kind of worries me. I don't know. Oh, it's a superior superfood, of course. Because a baseball cap, that would be a kind of Pokeball. Predictions? Predictions on what kind of Pokeball? I have no idea. Baseball cap. I guess it's just a great ball. Employee cap is a premier ball. Very good. Yeah, I don't know. Looking at stream chat stresses me out. I wouldn't make it as a streamer. I need like a bit of distance between my speech and my existence and the audience. He says while streaming, I suppose. Maybe there's some hypocrisy there. But like, I don't intend to do this as a regular thing, because it's hard to talk to stream chat. I don't know. You guys are like watching me, and you could ask anything of me. You could say, "What's your name?" and I could say, "It's Henry," and they'd be like, "Isn't your name Parasitoid Pod?" And I'd be like, "No, that's the name of the channel." And they'd be like, "But the channel's name is like, I thought your parents called you Parasitoid, and your last name was Pod, so your name was Parasitoid Pod." And I'm like, "No, my name's Henry. I'm a human. I don't have my name's not Parasitoid." And they're like, "But then this is false advertising because your channel's called Parasitoid Pod. So what the heck is going on?" I digress. My name's Henry. Spoilers. Spoilers for me. Okay, so we've got our team of 2. We can go out into the next route. World 1-2. Hello there, creature. I presume we're going to get into conflicts. That's what these games are all about. I suppose like checking every nook and cranny is dubious from a viewership perspective. A Goomba! Okay, Goomba. We're going to catch her. So I'm only catching the first Pokemon on each route. Well, I'll catch others. Okay, well, we'll catch a different Goomba. I'm not actually doing a Nuzlocke. I'm just using the appearance of Pokemon to streamline the experience and give me a bit of forced choice about who I use. This Goomba is better than the prior one, anyway, because it's 2 levels higher. Good job, Goomba. You tanked it. If we weren't timid, you would have died. So it's actually a great thing that we've got a negative attacking nature. Have a normal plumber cap. I don't think you're going to be very hard to catch. A 1, a 2, a 3. Ta-da! I suppose I need some like royalty-free background music, but I don't want to get copyright claimed, and I don't know what the rules are around like playing the in-game sound. I presume I might get like pinged for copyright, so I need like I guess I could find some like classical, play a Beethoven symphony or something. Okay, Goomba, you're a wasp, and you're kind of like a mushroomy round. What would you be? I guess you could be. You're probably like a calcid, right? You're one of these like brown calcids. Oh, definitely Anagroidia. Surely, right? Yeah. So this guy here is Anagroidia, and I don't know exactly what it does. It's a calcid wasp, which is it's a Mimarid, in fact, Mimaridae. Superfamily Calcidoidea, family Mimaridae, and I don't know exactly what they parasitize, but they're very common in New Zealand. Like I'm catching tons of them. The calcids are one of these like really diverse groups that we don't know much about, and New Zealand has a really high. If I had the browser on the whole time, oh well, that's fine. That's great. I'm sure the stream's been unwatchable, and you've been thinking, when's he gonna turn the game back on? And the answer was, like, never. I was just gonna kind of ramble at the void with nothing to watch. Hope no one's watching this. Good. No viewers. That's a relief. Have I actually had the browser on for like 20 minutes? Yes. Oh my god. Like fully half the stream. Okay. That's horrendous. I just have to crop all that out, I guess. Well, that can be done. That can be done in post. I presume I can like download this and then I presume I can like download this recording and then edit it, because my real goal is I need to actually have the stream up though, because otherwise I'm going to make that mistake over and over and over. Not like that. Like, where can I put it? I guess I can put it here, like this. That makes sense. That looks good. Yeah. I guess I can, because if I can download that and then separate the audio from the video, I can still include my rambles as needed, if they're compelling. But then I can cut the ones that aren't. I guess I've been talking straight, but I can't even remember what I was just saying. It all just kind of washes over and through me. For those who have skipped through the unbearable, maybe I'll crop it out. So I just talked for about half an hour and didn't change the stream back to the game, so you haven't been able to see anything. So if I can like crop that out in the video version, I will. But I don't know if I can. But that's okay. We live and learn. It's the kind of mistake that you're happy to happen. You're happy to have happened when there's 0 viewers, because you wouldn't really want anyone to have to deal with it. So anyway, this guy's name, in conclusion, is Anagroidia. And we're on the second route of the game. Nothing much happened. We just made it through the first route and the first town. Now we're on the second route, and I leveled up all my guys to the level cap with the power of the Infinity Candy, which will use an Anagroidia. Ta-da! He's a spinner. Okay, he has a niche. Anagroidia confirmed niche haver. Runaway, Jolly, Rapid Spinner. What are your stats like? Goomba. Goomba. Here he is. Abilities are Quick Feet and Runaway. It's just a mono normal type. And its stats are... It's fairly frail. It's pretty weak, but it's quick. So he's just a runner. I presume that Koopa Troopa is also going to get spin. I probably don't want both Koopa Troopa and Goomba on my final team. But for now, they're who I've got. So I won't look a gift Goomba in the mouth. There we go. We can head back to the Pokemon Center and heal our Goomba. And then we can check out this pipe, see where it takes us. Oh, hello. The Warp Zone. Okay, I guess this is like quick travel to the different worlds. That does sound compelling. It makes it easier to get to all 8 worlds. I guess I can just chill, right? Because there's no one here. Oh, sorry, Abel. I just moved to my chair. There's no one here, and we can just play a Pokemon game. But I should try to practice my stream of consciousness talking. That's a trainer. Do we want to fight a trainer? Go, Baeus. I guess thieving things is a good idea. So you never know when you might acquire some interesting niche held item. I would love to try this warp pipe. Is it going to take me back to that place? No, it's going to take me to the World 1 Underground. Okay. Thank you for the healing. We've completed a quest. And it's a new route, so we can catch a new Pokemon. Whoa! See, I don't know. I only know like the mainstream Mario guys like Koopa Troopa and Goomy. But who the heck is Broldor? He looks like a Geodude. He's going to use Rollout, which checks out. We definitely want a Broldor. And he's probably a Platygastrid too. He's also kind of built like a tank. The Platygastrids are, you know, you can drive over them in your car and they'll be just fine. A living boulder with eyes and arms. It rolls around trampling bugs and plants. Would I like to give it a nickname? Yes, please. And what wasp shall we give this guy? Let's call him... Oh man, maybe he should have been Bayes. But it's okay. He can be... Idris, maybe? I don't think he's good enough to be Gryon. Gryon's going to have to be, like, a special one. He can be an Idris. Now, Idris is very closely related to Bayes. And in fact, the males of Idris and Bayes are indistinguishable. This is the male. And, I mean, you can see the Bayes and Idrisi look about it. But I have no idea if it's a Bayes or an Idris. Because they're indistinguishable. Anyway, we're going to name our friend here Idris. There's a...
Well, yeah, I think that is totally in his future potentially.
There's a wasp called Idris elba. Some entomologists thought they were being real funny and described an Idris species and named it Alba, and now there's an Idris elba. Steam engine, fire water type hits up speed. I quite like that. We can level them up to 11. Also has rapid spin. We are not going to be hurting for hazard setters. And rock polish, okay. And we can check out the stat distribution. How does one operate the Pokedex? There is a way to like jump to next Pokemon, right? Like if you push Trooper, I'll just do this rather than using Smogon so that I don't accidentally turn the stream off completely again. Okay, so